Welcome to The Explainer. All right, today we're diving into something, wow, it's pretty out there. We're looking at a source that suggests a totally counterintuitive path to happiness. And that path? It's complaining. I mean, think about it for a second. We all have them, right? Those frustrations at work, the money worries, relationship stuff. Just that nagging feeling that something's off. But what if I told you that the way we've been taught to handle all that is completely, totally wrong? You know the old advice, just grin and bear it? Well, the source we're digging into today says that's the absolute worst thing you can do. The argument is that when you bury all that negativity, you're not actually solving anything. Nope, you're just giving it more power over you, over your well-being, and even your future. So, okay, what's the big deal about staying quiet? The harm, it turns out, is way bigger than just feeling crummy in the moment. The idea is that you're actually creating this hidden negative cycle, one that can be almost impossible to break out of.
So when you bottle all that stress up, you're basically building what the source calls a painful landscape inside your own head. And this internal landscape, it acts like a giant magnet, just pulling in more and more of the same frustrating reality. So the bottom line is, you got to get it out. The question is, how?
And that brings us to the core idea of this whole thing. It's a method that is, well, it's surprisingly simple. It's called the Ayatata tweet.
Yeah, it really is that simple. Ya, da. That's Japanese for I hate it or no way. And the method, it's not what you think. It's not about venting to your friends or screaming into a pillow. No, it's about speaking your complaint out loud, directly into the empty space right in front of your face. And this simple act, just voicing what you genuinely hate, is supposedly able to trigger these surprising, really positive changes in your life. I know, it sounds pretty unbelievable, right? So let's actually look at some of the stories from the source.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting, because the source is just packed with these anecdotes, these stories from all kinds of people who actually tried this, well, this pretty strange technique. First up, there's this story about a 50-year-old office worker, and he was just absolutely miserable. Why? Because of his selfish, lazy boss. You know the type, the kind who takes all the credit when things go right and points the finger at everyone else when they go wrong. So he took all that frustration, that feeling of I just hate this, and he started voicing it repeatedly into the space around him. And for about a month, nothing, not a thing. But then something really dramatic shifted. And this story really illustrates a key point of the whole theory. The solution that showed up was a total win-win. I mean, the boss was thrilled with his promotion, and our office worker finally got the peaceful, productive workplace he was desperate for. Everybody wins. All right, the next story is even wilder because the results were so fast. This one's about a 40-year-old housewife who's just feeling completely buried under these three nagging, persistent problems. So she had these three huge stressors just weighing on her. And she started shouting her frustrations out loud whenever she got a chance. You know, in the car, while she was out for a walk, even doing chores around the house. And the results? They were unbelievably fast.
I mean, get this. In just 1 week, every single one of her major problems was solved, and in totally unexpected ways. This, according to the source, is what can happen when you stop bottling up that I hate this feeling, and you just broadcast it out there.
Okay, so the million-dollar question, right? Why on earth would this actually work? Well, the source doesn't just say, oh, it's magic. It actually offers this really fascinating kind of metaphysical explanation for how it all happens. And this is where the theory gets a little cosmic, so hang with me. We're not talking about some old man with a beard up in the sky. The core idea here is that the very fabric of reality, empty space itself, is the source of all creation. So by voicing your true, raw, negative feelings, you're doing more than just venting. You're essentially placing an order with this creative force. You're telling it, hey, this situation is not okay, fix it. And the theory is it actually responds by rearranging things to create the best possible outcome for everyone involved. All right, so let's break down the actual how-to. How do you do this effectively? And as you've probably guessed by now, it's super straightforward. Okay, the absolute most important thing here is sincerity. You really can't fake this. You have to truly connect with that genuine feeling of, I hate this. Then you just let it go. And you wait with this sense of excited expectation, just trusting that a solution is already on its way to you. And as you can see, this can be about literally anything.
From huge career frustrations like our office worker to just those little daily annoyances like a crowded train. The formula is always the same. You pinpoint the thing that's bugging you, and you pair it with a really heartfelt "I hate it."
But here's the thing. It's not really just about getting lucky breaks or having your problems magically solved. The practice is actually designed to do something way deeper. It's about reconnecting you with a really fundamental part of who you are. And this analogy is really at the heart of the whole idea. See, when you have these, let's call them prayers of complaint, when they get answered, you start to internalize this feeling that you're actually supported, that you're heard, and that you're loved by the universe. And that, the theory goes, is how you rebuild your self-esteem, right from the very foundation.
So, when you boil it all down, the entire practice is about shifting your core belief system. It's about moving away from a mindset of just enduring things to a mindset of empowerment. It's the shift from, "I guess I have to suffer through this," to, "No, I am worthy of a solution, and I trust the universe to provide it."
And that's our explainer for today. The source really leaves us with this one final, pretty provocative thought to chew on. What's that one frustration you've been pushing down, politely ignoring, or just silently suffering through that might actually be the key to your own incredible breakthrough?